Gerald, as a defender, which quarterback scares you more? Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen?
As a defender, which quarterback scares me more? I got to go with Josh Allen. Because I feel like there's contingencies for Lamar, and a lot of people are going to say, well, what's the contingency? Joe Cullen, defensive line coach in Kansas City, when we would play a Lamar Jackson or a player of his caliber that can escape, kill you with his feet, he taught us to build a well. Build a well around him and keep him in that well, make him win from right there. Most quarterbacks, you want to get off their spot, make them move around, get them off schedule. Well, Lamar, that's what he wants to do. He wants to move around, kill you with his feet. You want to keep him there and make him beat you from that spot.
From in the pocket.
Yes, from in the pocket. And there's contingencies for Lamar. I played against Cam Newton. Dealing with a guy like a Josh Allen who can make every throw, but he also can kill you with his feet, and he's 6'5", 250, 260 doing it, that is scary and is hell to deal with as a defender. So as fast as Lamar Jackson is, as great as he's been, I think Josh Allen is scarier when you're talking about a defense.
What do you think, Key?
Given the expertise that I've been on the defensive side of the ball most of my career, I can certainly speak to it. Well, I did play a little D, got a picking game, but anyway, that's a whole nother story.
He did get an
So I would say Lamar Jackson I would be scared of more than Josh Allen, though Josh Allen brings similar traits as Lamar to the table. He's just a little bit bigger, probably a little bit stronger. But I've seen way too many games like last night for Josh Allen. I haven't seen those for Lamar.
Where
at least in the same time span. Think about it. Since 2022, Josh Allen has 5 games with 3 or more turnovers, including the playoffs. In that same time span, 0 for Lamar. And so when you start looking at it, I understand what Gerald's saying as a defender. There's certain things defensive players and coordinators like and they don't like. Now, I don't know how you don't like the fact that Lamar is scared of living, what's out of you, but Josh Allen, the same guy. Except people give Josh Allen more credit for the ability to throw the football and give Lamar less credit for the ability to throw the football. When I'm looking at it, it's the same thing to me. It's the same thing to me.
Well, what is the difference?
It's not, but I'm going to let...
It's the same thing to me.
It's not.
Well, I've never had the honor of lining up opposite end of either one, but when I look at the eye test and I'm watching, and I may be a prisoner of the moment, but it has to be Lamar. I mean, there's a reason he's been MVP twice. I mean, he's more of a dual threat to me because, like, he can beat you with his legs, and I know he's saying Josh Allen, he can beat you with his legs too. But, I just saw my guy will his team back versus Kansas City in week 1, damn near he ran for over 100 yards. And if that toe is in, he threw another touchdown right there. It just scares the living hell out of me. So there's a reason this guy's been MVP. There's a reason his team had the best record in the regular season yesterday, and a lot of it was on him.
And a lot of it, though, Gerald, is when you're looking at it, and I'm looking at it especially from a receiver standpoint, and I look at where Lamar has been at the receiver position in his career in the National Football. He ain't had no Stephon Diggs. Zay Flowers is a second-year player in the National Football League. And so when I start looking at, although Mark Andrews is a tight end, he ain't never had no real alpha dog like that out there on those numbers to really help him, okay, in these situations. And we saw last night what Josh Allen looked like without Stephon Diggs. I don't care what nobody say. That looked different than the guy that was beating his chest against the Jacksonville Jaguars. It just looked different to me.
Wait, they were feeling good after that.
It looked different, minus Stephon Diggs last night. Well, it just looked different.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I actually did play about 12 years at defensive tackle in the league. I'm not obviously at your level, but I would say that Lamar is scarier in that if you can't stop him, and once he gets rolling, he's scarier. Josh, to me, is somebody that can do both things, but just not at the level that Lamar can with his feet. Josh can run, of course, and runs very well, not at the level that Lamar makes. And I think that we give Josh more credit because he can make different throws than Lamar makes.
And here's where I feel like it's unfair to Josh Allen. Excuse me. If Josh Allen doesn't play well, it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
The whole team loses if Josh Allen. Lamar, he don't play well, his team still can win. And you know why? Because Lamar's average across his entire career rushing, his team has been number 1. When you can run the football, your quarterback doesn't have to be on point at all times. His defense, average since he's been in the league, top 5.
Yeah.
When you have a top 5 defense and the number 1 rushing team, you don't have to be on point at every point of the game, at every game. Josh Allen don't have that luxury, and that's why he makes so many mistakes. One, his offensive play calling has been extremely stagnant over the last 2 or 3 years. So he starts forcing things. He starts trying to do. That's why you see him do so much like BS. You just be like, God dang, what is you thinking? It's because he's trying to make something happen. He's trying to be Superman. Whereas Lamar, we're going to run the ball. I'm going to make these play action throws, drop back, it ain't there. I can kill you with my feet. We're going to run the ball again. Then you add Derrick Henry. It's
my fault.
I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm saying that's the judgment where you say, well, if Josh Allen, I see him lose games, yeah, because it's all on his shoulders.
So how with what you just said,
yeah,
how could he be scarier than Lamar, given the fact that the reason they're number 1, reason is because of Lamar. Other than this year with Derrick Henry, it's been running back by committee for the last 4 years.
But
they haven't had a solid, but they haven't had a bell cow other than Derrick Henry.
Because it's a scheme thing when you can run the ball. You know, I'll give you an example. Look at San Fran. Their run, Christian McCaffrey ain't played all year. Have rushing stopped? Has it slowed?
They still ran the ball
You know why?
pretty good yesterday.
You know why? Because Shanahan draws it up and run game can be schemed. Baltimore has been number 1, yes, because of Lamar, but it's because it's schemed very well. So when he's not getting it done with his arm, we're just going to run the ball.
And like,
you said earlier, they're playing how they want to play, which is what?
They run the ball.
Okay.
But that's what they do.
That's not, okay, but when we're judging the quarterback and who is who and what they can do, that guy in Buffalo is scarier because you put him in a well, he can kill you from the pocket. He will beat you from right there. He will light you up from that spot.
If I can get, let's just use a number, 400 for conversation's sake. If I get 400 passing yards from Josh Allen, and I get 200 from Lamar in the air and 200 on the ground, and both of them give me 4 touchdowns, what's the difference?
Baltimore, that's why Lamar's winning MVP, because they're winning. They're winning.
Yeah.
He said it himself. I don't care about all these stats. I don't care about none of that. I want to win games.
And to be fair, we're splitting hairs here. These are two of the best quarterbacks in the league. They just have slightly different styles.
Yeah.
Not really, but like very
very similar.
Very similar, but still different. Lamar is absolutely one of the best and most electric runners at the quarterback position we've ever seen in the history of the sport. And Josh is a phenomenon in his own. So we're splitting hairs here, so no one gets upset.
But they're going to get mad anyway.
They're going to get upset, but they're both incredible. Just take it for what it is.
We don't know what we're talking about. I'm washed up. He's washed up. He's old.
I had an incredible career as a defensive tackle for 12 years. Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.